Mabuhay! Good day everyone, I am Jelyn Reyes from STI Travel and Tour. I am here to introduce to you the smallest region in the Philippines. It is the most densely populated region which is home to over 12 million Filipinos, no other than the National Capital Region, or also known as Metropolitan Manila.
You don't need no luck with that golden touch. Time to light it up. Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Yeah, this is it. Go! 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 Yeah, this is it. Go!
Welcome to the 3rd District of NCR region. Our first city is Caloocan City. One of the tourist attractions in Caloocan City is the Bonifacio Monument. This monument is built for the bravery and nationalism of Andres Bonifacio, the founder of Katipunan. This is for the time he fought for the independence against the Spanish colonial. Another tourist attraction is the Reyes Hygiene Hall. It is used to be the 2-story storage building of the Manila Railroad Company and now known as the Philippine National Railways. It was named after Horace Longwood Huygens, the first general manager of the MRR. Moving on to the city of Malabon. Our first destination is the Asilo Huertanos. This is where the La Independencia, the organ of the Katipunan, was printed. This place is also served as the orphanage to those who were affected by the plague of 1882. Now we are here in Asilo de Huertanos de Tambunong. The walls of this place are made up of adobe and it is the only historical site that was left after the fire that burned in the 2nd floor during the war between the Filipinos and the Americans. To our next stop is the Navotas City. San Jose de Navotas Parish Church. This is the oldest parish church in Navotas. It was built in 1838 to 1862. It was canonically erected on June 1, 1859. It was in 1860 under the helm of Reverend Father Matias Naboa that the main altar was completed. Our next tourist destination is the Navotas Centennial Park. It is a waterfront park that opened on January 16, 2006 during the celebration of the 100th anniversary of Navotas City. This is where the annual Pangisdaan Festival is held. Moving on to the city of Valenzuela. Our first destination is the residence of Dr. Pio Valenzuela. This is the home of Pio Valenzuela, a member of Triumvirate of the Katipuneros and also its revolutionary leader. He formed a secret chamber in the place called Camara Riena, together with Andres Bonifacio and Emilio Jacinto. Another tourist attraction is the bell tower of San Diego de Alcala Church. This church is more than 400 years old. It was built during the time when the Spain occupied the Philippines. The bell tower is the only remaining structure of the original church because the main building was destroyed during the Japanese occupation. Oops! Wait, it's not just beautiful and amazing attractions that we can visit in the 3rd District of National Capital Region, but we can also witness their wonderful festivals. So here are the 2 festivals. First on that is the Pahotan de Santo Niño Festival in Caloocan City. This is a colorful procession or parade in the different Santo Niños. Thousands of devotees dance their way to the tune of the different groups of Ati-Atihan. This is celebrated every last Sunday of January. And for our second festival is the Manupo San Roque Festival. It is a festival with street dancing and processions along the city streets. This is done in commemorations of the Feast of the San Roque, which highlights the costumes and traditions of the locals. This is held every May 12. Now let's move on to the 4th District of NCR. Welcome to Las Piñas City. Our first destination is the Zapote Bridge. This is the site where the Battle of Zapote River, also known as the Battle of Zapote Bridge, happened in June 13, 1899. It was between 3,000 Americans and 5,000 Filipinos. It was the 2nd largest battle of the Philippine-American War. The next destination is the Sarao Jeepney Factory. This is a jeepney factory that made Las Piñas the jeepney producing center of Metro Manila. They produce almost all the jeepneys in the city. Moving on to the city of Makati. Ayala Museum. This museum pictures exhibit a Filipino culture, art, and history. It has 60 diorama explaining the history of a courageous nation and a collection of pre-Hispanic gold jewelry. Another tourist destination is the Greenbelt Chapel. This is a chapel that is found at the center of a colored ground with the greenbelt molds. It is hold masses 3 times a day. The chapel is intended for meditation and prayer with the city. It is surrounded by the beautiful trees. To our next stop is the Muntinlupa City. The first destination is the Japanese Garden Cemetery. This is a cemetery is located inside the New Bilibid Prison Reservation compound dedicated to the imprisoned Japanese soldiers who are died during the war. Legend has it that General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the Japanese general who became the famous during the Japanese occupation in the country, tagged as the Tiger of Malaya, was buried in the same place. Japanese tourists dropped that cemetery to pay respect to their ancestors. Now we are here in Memorial Hill. This is a small hill that cradled a World War II vintage cannon. This is also the burial of Heriberto Misa, a prison director from 1937 to 1949. And now welcome to Parañaque City. Our first destination is the Redemptorist Church. This is the most visited church in Asia. It can hold up to 3,000 seats and another 9,000 for standing devotees. The next destination is the Rollygon Mega Cockpit. This is the largest and most modern cockpit in the Asia. Foreigners from all over the country visit this place. And now, welcome to Pasay City. Coconut Palace, this was the former residence and workplace of the Vice President of the Philippines. This was one of Imelda Marcos' Great White Elephant projects in the 1970s. It was named because of the extensive use of coconut building materials in the constructions. Nowadays, the palace is used mainly for the official functions. It is managed by the Government Service Insurance System. The next destination is the Philippine Air Force Museum. It is a military museum of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. It shows a variety of weapons, uniforms, miniatures, and the Philippine Air Force Organization. The museum arts corner shows a skillful drawing that portrays PAF history. The aircraft park shows the historic PAF aircrafts. To our next stop is Taguig City. The first destination is the American Cemetery and Memorial. This cemetery was dedicated to the American soldiers who fought and died during the World War II. It was built in the 1947 at Fort Bonifacio. This memorial ground is a destination for tourists and war veterans. Now we are here in the Banang Kawayan. It is a century-old church with an altar, sidings, and benches that are made with pure and native bamboo. Moving on in the only municipality of NCR region, the Pateros Municipality. One of the destination there is the San Roque Church. This church was built in the year 1815. It has a high tower on the right side where the church bell is placed. The interior of the church is well furnished. Another destination is the Alfombra Slippers. This is a company that manufactures slippers. It is visited by the tourists to see how Alfombra slippers are made. And of course, the 4th district of NCR region are also have their wonderful and beautiful festivals. One of that is the Santo Niño Festival. This is a yearly celebration in honor of the Santo Niño, marked by the opening of an exhibit featuring various Santo Niño images. It highlights a grand procession held every January 18 to 31. The second festival is the Pag-iigan Mini Olympics. This is an event wherein a native games are conducted or played such as Habulan ng Biik, Hulihan ng Itik, Patintero, Arnis, Tumbang Preso, and many other brought to the level of the Paralympics.
Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Yeah, this is it. Go! 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 Yeah, this is it. Go! Go! Let's go! Yeah, this is it. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, it's about to break. Got what it's gonna take. Go ahead and on that stage. Let's go. When you're made for this, yeah, it's obvious. Top another list. Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Yeah, this is it. Go! 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 Yeah, this is it. Go! Go! Let's go!
NCR region. Number 1. Your client want to visit the monument that is built for the bravery and nationalism of Andres Bonifacio, the founder of Katipunan. Which tourist destination in Caloocan City would best fit his preference? The answer is Bonifacio Monument. Number 2. Johnny sent his son on a vacation in Las Piñas City with his friends to witness the jeepney producing center of Metro Manila. What tourist attraction was described? The answer is Sarao Jeepney Factory. Number 3. Foreigner visitors want to attend festival wherein they can witness a colorful procession or parade of different Santo Niños with 1,000 devotees dancer. What festival in Caloocan City they might attend? The answer is Pahotan di Santo Niño Festival. Number 4. Your friend wants to witness a festival wherein a native games event are conducted or played in Taguig City. Which festival would you visit? The answer is Pag-iikan Mini Olympics. Number 5. Group of students want to visit the former residence and workplace of the Vice President of the Philippines in Pasay City. Which tourist destination would you recommend? The answer is Coconut Palace.
Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it.